So this is my creativity suite, and better known as my garage. And this is today I'm working on the new drain valve. Now before I would put the drain valve in line in the pipe, and I had a thumb screw so you could adjust the flap position. Problem is that these nylon thumb screws tend to absorb water over time if it's submerged, and that would cause it to basically seize up and you can't adjust it anymore. Either that it's very hard and you feel like you're torquing it so hard you're going to break the thumb screw. So I came up with a different way. What it involves is, first of all, I put the flap inside inside this part right here. Okay, so it's inside the bubble blocker that you attach on to the bottom of the pipe. I don't have those thumb screws really tight, so I'm able to pull it off really easily. But essentially, I have a 50-pound test line, and it's I burn the end of it there to create a ball, put a little hole in this thing, put the fishing line through and ball the end up, snake it through the syringe, and do the same thing on this end, where I've got it a little hole drilled in here and burn the end so it's balled up, and I got a little piece of electrical sheathing that acts as a stopper, so that when it hits a certain point, you set it where you want it, the valve won't move or the syringe won't move. So basically how you control this, as you can see if I have it tight, okay, as I push down in the syringe, well, I'm going to simulate pushing down in the syringe by just letting the line slack, but the water flow will cause the valve to move open and close just like that. So the caveat here, so you got to keep this tight, or if you just had access to the sump underneath, you would just jam that in there, tighten the line up so that when you had the plunger pull out all the way, the valve is closed, and then you can adjust it by just squeezing this down and putting your stopper down when you got it where you want it. So that's it. It's pretty simple. If you wanted to have it remote, you would find a place to mount this. You'd have more of the air line, more of the fishing line, and then you can just get it from right there. So you can see that's closed here, and as I push the plunger down, the line slacks, but this is going to have water flow to pull it open. So if I just take another something or other to kind of simulate the water flow, here we go. As I push the plunger down, the valve opens up. And that valve does not have to be very far open for it to allow full flow. In fact, right about there, as you can see that, you're going to get almost all the flow you'd ever need. So that is the plunger valve, the remote capable plunger valve. Sounds like a good name.